This conference will now be recorded.
Alright, so let's try one more time that CI/CD methodology of deploying of the pipelines from one environment to another environment. So let me log into the Azure portal. Okay, so simply we can go to the data factories. Oh, I have deleted both. So okay, let me create two data factories. Click on create. I will log into the DevOps as well. Azure DevOps repository. I want to create a new project. I don't want to use the existing one. E classes RAM GIT. It's a public. Create it. And we need to create a repository as well. With the same name, I'm going to create the repository and initiate. Perfect. So now what we need to do is we have to configure this data factory to this Git repository. So what is the Git account name? Preetham. So just give that information. Account name is Preetham. And what is your E classes RAM GIT. So simply go over here and branch name master branch. Okay, review and create it. Done. So similarly, I want to create one more data factory for production. Create E classes project, and the name is E classes PROD, and Git configuration. Etham, project name master branch, review and create it. Perfect. So we have created two data factories. Let me go over here. So let me open this development one. Open the Azure Data Factory Studio. And also open the production one as well. Okay, invalid Git repository. Let's connect again. Project E classes RAM Git. Repository name same E classes RAM G80. Collaboration branch, main branch, ADF publisher. Click apply. Similarly, this one also. Let's connect over here. Setup code repository, Azure DevOps Kit, Azure Active Directory. Click continue. Preetham. Project name E classes RAM. E classes RAM Git. Collaboration branch, main branch, ADF publisher. Click apply. Okay. So this is the development one, and this is the production one. Okay. So let me use the existing. Let me create a pipeline. Okay. So let me create one pipeline over here. So to create the pipeline, simply take a copy data activity or get metadata activity. First create a pipeline test. Okay. Copy data. Here's a get metadata. Okay. Get metadata activity. Create one data set as well. Blob storage. Delimited text files. Create a new linked service. We don't have any cloud environments. Let's go to home, storage accounts. Create one cloud storage account. So generally Azure DevOps team will take care about this deployment release pipelines in the DevOps. Okay, create a small container, but you should be aware of this process because in interviews they will ask this question. Alright, so these are the files we have. Now what I'm going to do, I will go to this data factory and try to connect this one, try to refresh it. E-classes memory, click on create. Browse it. So I'm just getting the child items information. Okay, so this is how we have designed one package pipeline. So let me take one more wait activity as well. So for this wait activity, the wait time I'm going to pass it as a parameter value. Go to settings, wait time in seconds. Let me create a parameter. Okay, right, perfect. So this I'm going to publish, save and publish into the Git repository of your Azure DevOps from this development environment. Simply publish it. Now inside the Azure DevOps, we need to create a release pipelines. Release pipelines. Go to the pipelines. Here you need to create a pipeline daily to deploy whenever the changes happen in your development to production data factory. Okay. Okay. So better we can use a different Git repository for this one, because if you are using the same one, all will come to this one as well, right? Let me create a new repository to map this one instead of using the existing on whatever for development we are using. Okay. How to edit this one? Mm, 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 mm. Create one more repository. New repository. E classes prod git. These three options need to be enabled. Configurations must be modified in collaboration branch. Okay, so select this collaboration branch, main branch. Okay, then go to manage. Now you can see I am going to disconnect this one. Enter your data factory name below and click confirm. This data factory name is e classes prod p. Okay, disconnect it. I am going to connect to this to a different repository. Okay, so click configure repository name Azure DevOps Git and click continue. Azure DevOps organization name Preetham and project name is same, but repository name is e classes prod git main branch. Click up. Okay, so two repositories I have, one for product, one for development, another one for production. So let me go to the repositories. E classes ram git repository. This is the one. It contains all our data factory, linked services, pipelines, data sets, whatever we have developed and published inside that one. Right? Let me publish again as well. The other git repository, that is e classes prod git, doesn't contain anything over here. Okay, we have factories e classes prod v100.json. That's all. It doesn't contain anything over here. Okay, so what we need to do, whatever the content we have inside this e classes git repository, that needs to be moved to the prod repository. Okay, now what you can do, you need to create a pipelines. Click on pipelines, create a pipeline. Use the classic editor, Azure Git repository, main branch. Click continue. Create empty job. Okay, under this job you need to add ARM templates deployment. Click add over here. Go inside that. Azure Resource Manager connection is our data source. Click on authorize and the subscription. Select the subscription. We are going to create or update the resource group. E-classes project 1 and the location is TS2. Linked artifacts. Select the templates. Select this. E-classes dev vihar json and template parameter. Once again, it should come the parameter file as well. Let me select the same one. Template file provided is invalid. Schema content version resources are required. So when we are exporting, we are getting these files, right? The similar kind of setup we need to get. Under the ARM templates, if you observe, there is a parameter template file and normal file. These two files we are expecting inside this Azure Git repository. But unfortunately, let's go back, leave this, repose, click on setup wheel, start pipeline, save and run. So it should get like this. This ARM templates we are getting, right? So similarly, here also we need to get that information. Alright, now we are getting. So the mistake what we did is we have selected main branch, where if you observe here in the pipelines, when I am configuring this artifacts taking from, instead of ADF publish, I am selecting the main branch. So that is the reason I am selecting main branch. So from our child branch to main branch it will come, from main branch to ADF publisher it will come. Okay, your final content will be available in the ADF underscore publisher. So from that ADF publisher we are taking the artifacts whatever is required, that is the templates you can take ARM template for factory JSON, select that one, and template parameters, ARM template parameter for factory JSON. So this we need to select, and what information you want to override. I want to override here, I want to give the other data factory name. To which data factory you want to deploy the things? I want to deploy into E classes prod vihan, E classes prod vihan. Okay, into this data factory I am going to deploy. So then click OK. Perfect. Then save it. Okay, so pipeline has created. From this E classes RAM Git repository it is taking, and this staging area it is creating. If you want to create one more, for example, this is for production, and one more if you want to add for the staging, like staging area, other area if you want to deploy, he can able to use this one as well. So this is how as many departments, as many environments he can able to deploy. So this we need to schedule actually. So where you can schedule, click on the schedule, enable the schedule. So daily what time you want to deploy these changes, you can able to schedule over here. So as per that schedule it is going to deploy. So simply click on save, click OK. Alright, so now we can go to the pipelines. This is the pipeline we releases. Okay, this is the one we created. I'm just creating new release, click on new. So manual trigger, this is the one, into the staging area. Let me delete all. Let me create once again. So go to the releases. Under the releases, I will delete this existing one as well. There is nothing. Okay. Let me create a pipeline first. Create a pipeline. Use class creator. Azure Get repository from the ADF publisher branch. This is the mistake we did last time. Continue and create an empty job. Add this job. ARM templates. And go to this configure here. And select the parameters as well and override the templates. So you have a blob storage account, right? So you can use the same one, no issues. But here should be e classes or vharm. Okay, right. Save and queue. Okay, save and run. So this is going to run. It is running your pipeline. If you want to schedule, you have a schedule over there. Time started and elapsed, just now started. No hosted parallelism has been purchased or granted. So we don't have this Azure DevOps 2 for this free subscription. No hosted parallelism has been purchased or granted. So for this free account, you cannot run these pipelines. To request this for free parallelism grant, please fill out the following form and requesting the Azure team. Then they will access to you. But the process is the same thing, but you cannot run this over here. Okay. So this is the steps what we did. Just write down the steps whatever we are covering, and the same thing you can convey in the interview as well. Okay. Let's meet on Monday.